fucking around on that microphone. When I'm kicking them flows on that microphone. The illest nigga this hoe in that microphone. I put my heart and my soul in that microphone. I put it down on that microphone. Turn up the motherfucking sound on that microphone.
If Slaughterhouse and Eminem were to do a record together, what would it sound like?
We can do any kind of record. You know, and shit. Who's to say Slaughterhouse and Eminem haven't did a record already? Nah, I'm fucking with you. But yeah, I mean, we can do any kind of record, man. You got 5 motherfuckers that can think on a whole nother level. You know, so sky's the limit. You know, sky's the limit on what kind of record we can do. Sky's the limit on what kind of album we can do. Okay. It's just a beautiful situation if that could come to fruition.
Right. Well, that was one of the questions I had about that. Was that, you know, a record, you know, sonically under the Shady Records, you know, banner. Do you anticipate that the Slaughterhouse sound would change? And on the kind of other hand of that, if that was to take place, that situation, do you think the industry would be willing to embrace, you know, Shady Records pushing the Slaughterhouse sound and it potentially impacting on a whole nother level?
I think that hypothetically, if that situation were to happen, I think, okay, for all intents and purposes, you got Young Money, right?
Right.
They're on top right now. They do a certain type of music, and I like their music. I support their music. Slaughterhouse is the exact opposite of Young Money. Now, if you put a machine of that magnitude behind Slaughterhouse, Slaughterhouse is going to do anything Young Money can do, and I'll put any dollar that I got on that. Not going against Young Money, not having to have a Young Money versus Slaughterhouse. We don't have to do none of that. All we got to do is do what we do, and I guarantee you we can do whatever they do numbers-wise.
We're talking about balance.
And that's not, yeah, I'm talking about balance in hip-hop. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, the reason I'm saying it is because it's needed. The only reason why I use Young Money as an example is no disrespect to them. It's just something that I feel is needed. I feel like it's one move that can be made that will open up the balance in hip-hop. And it's not gonna require us to change our sound too much. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't look at me and tell me that the record that we gave radio under E1, if it didn't have the right push, it could have did what any hit record could do. It's not like we're not capable, so it's like all the elements are there. If those elements wasn't there, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about Shady right now.
Yep. Word up. And then kind of the other question I had about that, you know, Shady has, the record label itself has signed a couple artists, you know, Obi, Stat, you know, Bobby Creekwater, another one. You know, in the scheme of things, their buzz never kind of equated to, you know, the signing of that label. You know, it never seemed to reach that critical mass where the mainstream was checking for them like that. Do you, if a situation was to pop off at Shady Records, do you worry about that same kind of thing?
I don't even think about that right at this point, because it's like everything's hypothetical. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to think too far into the future and count my eggs before they hatch or act like it's something that's guaranteed to me. Slaughterhouse signing to Shady Records is not a guarantee to me or Slaughterhouse. You see what I'm saying? Like, my job is to work hard for my family and see to it that I can make certain things happen in a humble manner. You know, so in terms of me worrying about that, that's a hurdle I'll jump over if I'm blessed enough to get to that hurdle.
Right. Well,
but all I can tell you is I'm very prepared.
Dope.
Very prepared.
I've had the chance to meet, you know, 3 out of the 4 of you guys. I never met Crooked, but, you know, I've seen the way you guys have worked, even just this past year and before that. And I think, you know, I admire your work ethic and everything that you guys put in. So, you know, yeah. There's a lot of people out there that are just rooting for the group, and each of your individual, you know, paths, whatever they take. But there's a lot of people out there that are rooting for you guys. So, you know, should whatever happen, one or the other, I think that, you know, you guys will be straight. So.
That's what it is. I appreciate that, man.
No doubt.
We're just praying and working hard.